Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Tue Boozeday. I hope you're doing well, staying safe and healthy out there. So, this is our final Tue Boozeday of November. So, I will start off with the reminder to keep those comments coming, both on these videos and in the group, as this will be sort of the last week to rack up those points for our monthly contest. Hey, Leo, welcome. And yes, use the hashtag live or hashtag replay. Just let me know how you're watching. But how I like to really kick off the show, and I'm really looking forward to this one today because it has been 2 weeks now since I've had a drink, thanks to my gout flaring up. But do share what you're drinking, where you're watching from, what you got going on right now. I killed the last of this pre-made Mai Tai that we've had in the fridge, just trying to clear some space out. So cheers to you all. Ah, hi Dad, hi Lori, hi Mother. All right, so like how you see everyone there doing, be sure to drop those comments. Hashtag live, hashtag replay, like I mentioned. So shifting gears though, just like to talk about what's been going on the last week/weekend. Um, see, going back to Friday, I did have to drive downtown for work. But Natasha and my daughter came with me because they were pretty much done with their days. So afterwards, we thought we'd venture over to In-N-Out, which just opened up here in Aurora, which you may have heard of because, it kind of reached national news. I thought we'd just take a look. What's the worst that could happen? Maybe we'll get lucky. I don't know. I was having a good Friday. I wanted to play my odds. So we get to In-N-Out, and we didn't get to In-N-Out, is probably the best way to put it. Didn't even get to see the building because traffic was so backed up on the highway and the exit and all around the area. We ended up having to just turn around and go to McDonald's, which was a big letdown. The wait that night got up to 14 hours. I still don't really know what that means, but apparently people waited 14 hours to get their double doubles. I heard it's down to about 4 hours now, and less than an hour if you get out of your car and stand in line, which I might just have to pull the trigger and go do here next week. So we'll see. But yeah, people are a bit crazy. Hi Amanda, welcome. Drinking wine. All right, someone having a drink with me. Appreciate it. Watching Hallmark. We're watching I don't know. It was Christmas Vacation. Now it's Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. I vote for Christmas Vacation. Great movie. So that was Friday. Um, and I'll admit I'm not as crazy as the people sitting in line at In-N-Out, but I have been checking my phone all weekend, just for the traffic around In-N-Out to get an idea. Let me say it's about a 5-minute drive from my house, so it's not like it's a big trip for me to go make. So it's easy enough to just check the traffic and take a guess. So hopefully I'll be having it within the next month, but we'll see. As far as what else this weekend, it was pretty laid back. Saturday we had an electrician come over, so we were kind of just stuck at home hanging out while he did his thing in our basement. That night, me and Natasha watched The Spy Who Dumped Me with Mila Kunis. Big fan of her work. But yeah, it was a good movie. I've never seen it. We've never seen it before. Definitely enjoyed it. Very funny. Very a lot more action packed than I was expecting. But yeah, I definitely recommend that if you like comedy action movies. And then Sunday was my mother-in-law's birthday. Just had a small little get together for celebrate that for dinner. Had some Colombian food, which was very good. Everyone here in the family enjoyed it. Let's see what else happened. Today, I thought I'd share this story since Natasha has almost fallen out of her chair like 3 times today. She's already laughing over there on the couch. But today, Natasha, she got me. She scared the shit out of me, I think is the best way to put it. I just went to the bathroom in the middle of the day. I'm working. Natasha's off work, but she's still in the office down there harassing me all day. Not sure what that's about. Hi, Carolyn. But I went to the bathroom and I came back in. So there's the kids' playroom that you have to walk through to get into our office, and the light is always off in the playroom. And for some reason, I don't know, I still don't really know what happened. She thought it'd be funny to lay on the ground in front of our futon that's down there. And I think she just said my name. I don't even remember. But keep in mind, the room's pitch black. She just says my name, and I totally freak out. I jump back. I'm looking around. I don't see anyone because she's like in the corner on the floor. So then, naturally, I just chuck my cell phone away, kind of in her direction, because that's where her voice was coming from. Yeah, I don't know why I threw my cell phone. It's kind of a reaction, I guess. So yeah, she got me good. I hope she knows that means there's some very good payback coming. So I will not forget how she made me feel today. Um, yeah, and we're coming up on the month of our Elves on the Shelf, which Snowball has arrived, and I'll show him here in a bit. So plenty of opportunities coming up for me to get her back. If you guys have any good ideas on things I can try, send it to me in a private message so that she doesn't see it here. But I would definitely appreciate that. So yeah. Oh, and then this afternoon, my daughter's second tooth fell out of her face, which is very exciting for her. She's got that under the pillow right now, waiting for the tooth fairy to come by. Um, so yeah, just get to play with that as it is. Um, yeah, finally something scares me. Well, I'm quite jumpy. Believe it or not, I don't do well with scary things. I'm sure my dad is somewhere behind his screen, laughing about the time he took me to a haunted house when I was maybe too young. I don't even remember how old I was exactly. But let's just say I couldn't handle it, and we had to leave pretty much right when we got there. So yeah, even though I love scary movies and all that sort of stuff, I scare very easily, and I will sprint away from spiders. So yeah, we all have our fears. Don't judge. Um, so yeah. All right. So shifting gears, I'm gonna head into my pop culture check-in. Surprisingly, I've been able to read a bit this month. Not that I was really planning on it because of NaNoWriMo, but I've been reading All That Remains. I think I started that like in February. I'm finally like in the last quarter of the book. But I have been listening more to audiobooks, so I'm almost done with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Should be finishing that up before our chat next Tuesday. Otherwise, we've been watching Parks and Rec, Superstore. Like I mentioned, The Spy Who Dumped Me. I just realized too tonight, maybe half hour ago, that The Weakest Link is back on TV and has been for a few weeks. That's definitely one of my favorite game shows from back in the day, so I definitely want to be check that out again. My mom says I was too young for that haunted house. I don't know. All I know is there was chainsaws. I think I saw Michael Myers at one point. I don't know. It was just a bit much for all my, all that fiction to come to life right in my face there. So yeah, needless to say, I don't really go to haunted houses anymore, unless Natasha makes me. And even then, she took me to a haunted corn maze once, and I just ditched her. We got cornered by a guy with a chainsaw, and I just booked it. Good luck, sister. I told you to not bring me here. That's all I got to say to that. Hi, Bernadette. Welcome. So yeah, that's what I got going on. Do share with me anything you guys are watching, reading, listening to, whether that's book-wise, music-wise. I've been so out of the loop with music the last month or so because I try to write in mostly silence. It's impossible with all the kids in the house, but I try. So needless to say, there hasn't been much time for just listening and enjoying. I think I saw Juicy J has a new album coming out this Friday, and I will definitely be listening to that in the proper mindset too, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on in the pop culture world for me. Writing wise, It's the pretty much the end of NaNoWriMo. I'm hitting the finish line tomorrow, possibly tonight. I'm about 700 words away from the 50,000 mark, which is the goal. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to just try to knock that out tonight or work on some other things. Yeah, I don't know. There's still a lot on my to-do list here that I'm glancing over to. So we'll see. If anything, though, it'll be reached tomorrow for sure, and then I can tone it down a little bit and relax, but not too much. Don't worry. So that's going on there. Still writing Time of Fate, Wealth of Time 6, 0 Hour, Wealth of Time 5. I should be actually be getting back next week. Yes, next week, or actually this week. Sorry, the dates confuse me. Yeah, by November 30th, so by Monday at the latest is what I was told by my editor. So yeah, then I can get back to work on getting that released in January. And then Snowball audiobook, still waiting. We're on week 4 now. Yeah, week 4 since I submitted it. So worst case scenario, 2 more weeks till that gets approved and available for sale, hopefully sooner. And on that note, Snowball has arrived. There he is with his drunken eye, his drunken grin, ready to raise hell. He's a lot bigger than I was, well, I shouldn't say expected. I knew how big he was going to be. But he's a lot bigger than your typical elf on the shelf. Like I've mentioned in some of my posts with him, he could probably swallow the regular elf on the shelf and devour him, which is what we want. So yeah, all we did, we sent an image of the doll from the Snowball cover to a company called Budsies, who makes a lot of children's dolls and happier dolls, I guess we could say. And all, they just said we're not going to add the knife. I said okay, that's understandable, I guess. But they got him pretty good. If you check him out side by side with the cover, which I don't have easy access to right now, you'll see he's pretty spot on in terms of his clothes, his socks, his shoes, all the little details, even down to his crazy eyes. So yeah, Snowball is in the house and ready to traumatize. But our Snowball discussion will actually be starting next week for the month of December. So I am going to put Snowball down. Oh, sorry, here, Natasha handed me. This is the image we sent. So as you can see, they did pretty good. The little belt buckle, all the details. So yeah, so kudos to Budsies for pulling off a pretty impressive, unique request, I'm sure. Hi, Marilyn, welcome. Snowball's cute. It's not what I was going for. Come on now. Hi, Shannon. Welcome. So yeah, Snowball, though, will be the big topic of discussion next month. And I just let Natasha know that she's going to be a guest speaker next week, so she can tell all of you about her love for the book of Snowball. So that'll be coming next Tuesday, the 1st. Okay, sorry, let me catch my breath here. Sorry. All right, so as far as our topic of discussion, so again, we've been chatting about Keeper of Time, 4th book of the Wealth of Time series. This is our final week, so that means we are talking about the settings used within the book. So it opens up on an island called Crooked Island in the Bahamas. It's a real place. I've never been, but I have been to the Bahamas, so I definitely have a feel. It's actually where me and Natasha went for our 5-year wedding anniversary 2 years ago now. Took a little cruise to the Bahamas, spent a week there. Don't remember too much of it, but I think that was the point. But yeah, definitely, we had a great time. Did a little bonfire on the beach, that sort of stuff. Got a feel for, how the bars are on the beach. It's a lot like any tropical place you might go to if you've been. So that's where the book opens. Really just use that setting to show our main character, Martin, is very much relaxed, trying to clear his mind, trying to get in a good frame of mind after all the tragedy he had to deal with at the end of book 3. So that's really, I was trying to set the tone there, just kind of lay it back for once before more chaos erupts. From there, though, the story goes pretty much bouncing back and forth again between Denver and Barrow, Alaska, where Chris lives in his mansion. So yeah, as I was flipping through my notes for this book and realized there really wasn't too much setting, at least different setting, I should say, from the rest of the series. So a lot of jumping from Denver to Barrow. But of course, the middle of this book is about Chris and his past. So we do pay a visit to Colorado Springs. There's a big banquet for him there at the Broadmoor Hotel, which is also a real place. Not one I've never been inside the hotel, but I have driven by it. It's a beautiful, beautiful hotel to look at images of. Very fancy. So that's why I picked it. You know, where would someone like Chris have a big event in his hometown? Naturally, the Broadmoor Hotel is that place. So that's why I settled on that location for his celebration for becoming the Keeper of Time. So yeah, so be sure you can look up any of those locations if you've read the books and are just curious, kind of, you know, what sort of imagery, the maps of the area that I've used. Um, yeah, I just Google like anyone else and kind of figure it out from there. But aside from that, there really wasn't really much other setting I used throughout the book. There is a bit more in Zero Hour, which will be coming out next month, or I'm sorry, January. Again, I never know what day it is. Um, so yeah, so hopefully there's more to discuss within that book when we discuss it. Is there a reason why you chose drinking a potion as a form of time travel as opposed to other means? Um, yeah, I mean, really, I wanted to just go for something unique. I know a lot of time travel. There's, set portals, to go into different times, and I just wanted to use something. It's called a bootstrap paradox. Is the method of time travel I use, um, compared to I forget what the other method's called, but it's the more traditional one where you go into a time portal and it always takes you to the same point in history or in the future, depending. Whereas the bootstrap method really lets you kind of flow and just jump around. You know, as we see in Warm Souls, they jump to the 1920s, to the 1980s, back to present day. So it's a lot more just free flowing, and I wanted that sort of flexibility because really one of my biggest bases was 11/22/63 by Stephen King. So when I was plotting out my own time travel universe, I didn't want to be stuck to that constraint of having just a set time portal that brings you to the same point every time you go through it, and then you kind of have to, wait out that time again. It worked in that story because of obviously he was trying to stop the JFK assassination, but something like that just wouldn't work for Wealth of Time. And because of that, I was kind of playing around in my head what would work to do that, and I thought, how about some sort of magical potion, juice as it's called in the series, that you drink, and then you kind of just think in your mind where exactly, or when exactly I should say, you want to go to, and then the juice knows how to just sort of interact with your brain chemicals and take you away to where you were thinking of. So yeah, that was really the reason why I chose a potion. It's just kind of easy, and if you recall, even in the beginning of the first book, um, it's a pill that Chris gives him as sort of a sample. Here's a sample to try out this time travel. You'll get the juice if it's something you want to commit to joining my cause. Everyone gets a bottle of juice for that. So yeah, so good question. I don't think anyone's actually ever asked me that before, so I do appreciate that. Um, so yeah, that's really all I have on my end today, though, guys. So if you have any other questions, definitely feel free to drop it. Especially like Marilyn just asked a question about the entire Wealth of Time series, really, since this is our final book for now, until the next one comes out. Final book being book 4 of the series until January. So yeah, don't be shy. Drop any questions you have, even after the video. I'm always happy to come back and answer those in the comments. But I will wrap up here with a final reminder to use those hashtags live or replay. Let me know how you're watching. Rack up those points for our November contest. And yeah, you can win Amazon gift card, free books, all sorts of goodies that way. And maybe when we have Natasha on next week, we can pick her brain for what kind of prizes she is thinking about for 2021. So we'll keep that in mind as well. And then, like I mentioned, next week is a new month, so we will be discussing this guy. So me and Snowball will say cheers. Happy Tuesday. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who are celebrating. So yeah, stay safe this long holiday weekend, and I will see you guys back next week. All right, cheers.